You're muted, Greg. You're muted.
Namaste, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. My name is Gregg Prescott from In5D.com, and you're tuned into another Spirit Chat here on Zoom, as well as being simulcasted on YouTube. It's another early morning Spirit Chat. Normally we have them at 7 o'clock in the evening, but today I've got some plans. This is probably going to be an abbreviated version of this, maybe only an hour or so. So I say, let's get busy. Let's jump right into it. The first thing I want to just talk about real quickly, my sister contacted me this morning and she sent me a message on Facebook. She goes, who and what is Q? So I had to explain that to her, but it's good to see people waking up and asking questions, whether you agree with that whole movement or not, doesn't matter. Ask questions, you know, that's the impetus. You know, that's what led us all to being right here, right now. You know, we started questioning things, and you know, with that movement, it's called the Great Awakening, and they have this Q map that covers everything, including 5D Earth. So it's really quite fascinating. If I remember, I'll post a link to that Q map in the more info section on YouTube. Also today, our high-pitched frequency is in the key of C. I just checked it out, and that can change throughout the day, but I'll show you guys what that means and what it looks like. But a lot of us do hear these high-pitched frequencies, and they're not the same. They change. And this is what today's high-pitched frequency of C means. C is the root chakra. Its mantra is I am. Its planet is Mars, and it's our ability to survive. The meaning of the C major is completely pure. Its character is innocence, simplicity, naivety. How do you say that? Naivety? In children's talk. I sound like I'm talking like a child right now. This is an interesting picture. If you learn music, you'll learn all there is to know. Edgar Cayce. And you can see that all of these notes have a specific meaning and a specific color associated with them. And right now, the key of C is the root chakra with the color red. Meaning and a specific color associated with them. And right now, the key of C is the root chakra with the color red. You have your YouTube on, Diana, and I just muted you. But we'll be unmuting everyone here in a sec. Get back to what we were doing. Sorry about that, everyone. So what does that mean? The key of C? When we get the key of C for the high-pitched frequency, that being the root chakra, it means to ground. Here are a list of articles that I recommend. You know, if you're looking for different ideas or ways to ground, so check that out right there. And I'll post these links also below in the more info section. So, and here are some suggestions to help you clear your root chakra, organize your home, which is a perfect thing to do right now with everyone being basically quarantined at their own homes. Hold on to a good grounding stone, such as black tourmaline, obsidian, shungite, etc. Wear something red. Cook a full meal from scratch. Do garden work. Be truthful and honest. Incorporate root veggies into your diet, such as potatoes and carrots. Start establishing beneficial routines such as a workout or even simply cleaning your home on a regular basis. So you can find all these different definitions and meanings on In5D under energy reports. But I figured, if I can remember to do it, I'll put I'll incorporate today's high pitch frequency into our chats. And here you can see what each one of these notes means. Now, on the guitar, this is a good example. Sometimes you get a tweener. It's what I call is like a cusp in astrology. So there's a note between the G and the A that incorporates both of these energies. So that would be a cusp. So that would be like a G sharp or an A flat. But it is a note that's directly in between these two. So when on days like that, you kind of want to check out both the throat and the third eye chakra. Okay. So one other thing I wanted to show you guys too. Let me go back here. So I posted this last night and on my Facebook page, and it just says, if you go to the California Arrests website, and that's www.californiaarrests.org, you'll find an arrest for Tom Hanks. And his current age is listed right here, 63, from Beverly Hills. His wife is listed, Rita Wilson Hanks. It's listed there as well. I found that very interesting, that he was arrested, but I did more research on that. And this is what I found. To get additional information, what you have to do is pay like $30. But I actually found somebody else had uploaded, paid the $30 and uploaded that information, and I posted that on my Facebook page. So here's the premium background report on Tom Hanks, and there's really nothing that comes up, which, I mean, he could have had the records expunged or something hidden from public. So not sure exactly what's going on with that, but that's that. What we do know is they are talking in a lot of code right now, and a lot of the stuff they're saying is like almost gibberish. There's, to me, it seems like there's a lack of adrenochrome right now, and that's what they're saying. They're getting that message out there because, gosh, there's been over 1,000 people that have been arrested that have been involved with child trafficking and pedophilia. So these arrests are happening right now. And I think those in power are, and along with the Hollywood and music elites, are kind of having a rough time right now. And they don't look too healthy either. I did a post a couple days ago too of what they're kind of looking like. And you can see like just these soulless eyes, basically right here. It's the same look that you're kind of seeing within their eyes. So Violet says screen is blurry, can't help you. Sorry. It is what it is, my friend. But thank you for telling us that. That's the best we can do here. But I just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that is joining us on YouTube. Matthew, Bubba, Cece, Thomas, Michael, Joe, Mandy, Shy One, Andrea, Gary, Violet. thank you for joining us there. And as well as to everyone that's joining us here on Zoom, Angie, Diana, Franca, iPad, Geraldine, Vera. I'm going to post a link in YouTube chat right now if you want to join us on Zoom. Got a few more things to cover, and then I'll be opening up the lines for everyone. On Monday, what is that date? I should have this written down, but I don't. Monday, okay, March 30th, 2020. I have Dr. Thornton Streeter coming on with Joyce Mason, and they're going to be talking about biofield energy. And what that is I had some pictures taken, and what I had to do is like get a top picture taken and a profile of one side, profile of the other side, my back side, and taken in front of either a white wall or like a bed sheet, a white bed sheet tacked up onto a wall. But it has to be a white background so you can see the energy fields coming off of you. And I had to do the same thing for my bottom half as well. So I got those pictures taken and I sent them out to Joyce and Dr. Streeter. And we're going to get the results on Monday of what they are. And if this is something that you want to do for yourself, I highly suggest that you join us on Monday at 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. We'll be talking about that and much more about the biofield energy. So check that out. Oh, this is new. This is a new shirt. Digging this. This is the indigo blue that I have for the dyes that I make on In5D.net. Let's just go there real quick. I want to show you these shirts. I just got done making a whole new batch of amazing shirts. So check these out right here. So these are, I have it sorted by the latest. So I made a bunch more of these new, these have all of the chakras, all 7 chakras, and 14 different chakra stones are used in these shirts. Because I put the chakra stones into the dye. So the dye is supercharged along with the 99.9% quartz crystal. The quartz crystal supercharges the crystals that are in each dye. So you get these shirts with amazing energy. So I made a bunch of those. And then I made throat chakra shirts, which incorporate the throat chakra stones as well. I made some of those as well as like the one I'm wearing right now, the third eye crystal gemstone shirt. I just love this color because it kind of looks like a blueberry. It's almost like you're wearing an antioxidant. So got lots of new shirts on In5D.net. So check those out, In5D.net. Also, I want to encourage you guys to possibly join us on Patreon. I'll leave links for these in the more info section as well. But you can help support this channel and awesome get-togethers like this here on Zoom and on YouTube through Patreon. So like at the 111 level, you get your name listed on our Eternal Wall of Gratitude page, as well as you get notified on when we're going to have these chats. You guys are the first ones to know. Also, you can comment on those chats as well here on Patreon. At $5.55, you get all that, plus ad-free articles and the Insiders Club private chat, which we have on the first Wednesday of every month. And that's coming up, and looking at our calendar, on the 1st. So the 1st of the month, that will be our private club. So it's like this, but I personally will say things I won't say publicly. And so will some of our members too. So, you know, what comes there stays there, and that's the way it is. That will not get broadcasted unless it's something really important. And if I get somebody's permission, or if it's from me, really, really important, it'll come out. You guys won't be missing out on anything ultra important. Okay. But at the 1111, you get all that plus afterthoughts videos, exclusive mid-month energy report videos, and so on and so forth. There's 6 levels. So if you like this kind of format and would like to help sponsor this channel, I appreciate any sponsorship that you can do. So thank you for tuning into that. I drew some cards, and then I'm going to open, after this, I'm going to open up the chat room here. So first one we're going to do is Spirit Messages Daily Guidance Oracle Deck by John Holland. And this card is self-sabotage. And this is something we've all done. There's not one person out there that hasn't sabotaged themselves. So this card is saying, you can see like her hand is over her eyes. You know, there's all this beauty around, but she can't even see it. You know, the card itself is saying, when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Now, I know, you know, for an example, if you're driving and you're trying to find a parking spot, I'm never going to find a parking spot. That's self-sabotaging. Because what the universe is going, your wish is my command. You will never find that parking spot, or it's going to be a very long time before you do. And it's going to be a horrible spot. Just be cognizant. I think that's basically what this card is telling us, is to be cognizant about what you say, speak, and think. Your thoughts and intentions, especially, because they're all creating your reality. Make sure they're not self-sabotaging. So if nothing else, it's just a reminder, okay? Next, we have this, and that's the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards. And this one is Yamanya, which she represents a golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. And this is the message. Like the ocean, life moves in waves and tides. Timing is everything. So when an opportunity presents itself, you must dive in at that moment. Everything that you've done to prepare yourself will accompany you. Yet, if you hesitate or procrastinate, another opportunity will surely come along, just as the tides wash in and wash out continuously. Like the ocean, life is rich with variety and beauty. Enjoy experiencing its various rhythms and allow all doubts to be washed away. So there's a golden opportunity going on right now. Take advantage of it. And I think, once again, this is for us, and it ties into our tarot card. As you guys know, well, most of you know that there are 72 cards in a tarot deck. And the last time I drew a card, it was the Magician. With that as a prelude, what do you think we drew again? The Magician. So the most important things I got out of this are similar to the last time. The Magician has all the signs right here, which means he has all the tools he needs already. As do everyone here. You all have what you need. It's within, okay? Also, if you notice, he's got the as above, so below symbolism going on here, alchemy. The reason we got this card again is huge. It's because we've got so much going on right now, above and below. Look at all this stuff that's going on right now, right here in on our planet. Magnify that by everything that's going on in the aethers, and there's something magical. You're witnessing something incredibly magical right now, and we're all part of it. So don't get distracted by whatever the mainstream media is trying to put out there. Don't even watch them. Tune off, tune away from the mainstream media. Go within, find that time to ground. Today's high-pitched frequency, being that key of C, the root chakra, is telling us to ground. And like I said, this is going to be a relatively short spirit chat, probably only be on for like an hour or so. And I'm going out and I'm grounding at the beach. So without further ado, I think that's all I wanted to cover beforehand. So I'm going to unmute everyone. You're all unmuted. And, good morning, good afternoon. Hi. Good morning.
Is everybody well?
Everybody's
all right, but
quiet.
you're very noisy in the background.
Yeah, I don't know. Diane's got like a fan or something going on.
Oh, let me see. I'm sorry. There is a fan.
Yeah, but
I meant to turn it off.
we don't want you sweating profusely.
Well, I will turn it back on if I begin to sweat profusely, okay? Is that better?
No, I still hear it.
Okay. Well, shoot, I'm telling you, I got fans on. It's hot in this house.
I know.
That's fine. We're not going to be long anyway. It's still early.
Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
I'm doing good.
Good. Me too.
Good.
Tired of being alone, dang it. My family's, giving me a wide berth because I do have pre-existing issues.
Mm-hmm.
So, hi.
Now, when I signed on, I saw Michelle Dozier here, and I was hoping she'd do some card reading because she did so many cards the last time, and she did such an awesome job. Then she disappeared. I think she got cold feet.
Yeah, I lost my internet the other day when you pulled that card. When you pulled the magician, I was out all day long, and now I'm back on, and you pulled that card again. And my internet is going in and out again. Isn't that a strange co-winky dink?
Right, the magician. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the odds are 1 in 72. Actually, the odds of drawing that back to back are exponentially greater. It's 1 in 72 the first time you draw it, but to do it back to back, yeah.
And with me being here actually to see it, let's add that to the equation. Did all of you guys see it? That's on the panel. That's just an awesomeness there.
Yeah, definitely. So I see Geraldine, you haven't spoken yet, have you? Hi. Welcome to our spirit chat.
Thank you. I like catching you every once in a while. It's really hard to catch you on the live, but I will usually go back while I'm like cleaning rooms or something and watch you.
Where are you? Where do you live?
Northern Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, most of the time we do it in the evening, and we try to, 7 o'clock or so, or whatever. But people, I understand. People have lives and families, and it's probably during dinner Central Time, so
We especially get this time to spend with the family. A lot of good time to look inward.
I can't hear you very well.
A lot of good time to look inward right now.
Yes, definitely. So what led to your awakening?
Kundalini.
Mm-hmm. When?
It was April of 2018.
Wow. So that's kind of recent then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, me and Mark have been on your live before, but I think I was under the name JJ because he was
Okay.
JJ in Maryland.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, when me and Mark met, I had a full blown Kundalini that lasted a good like 4.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
My world upside down.
Yeah. Well, with everything that's going on right now, a lot of us see the writing on the wall. A lot of these, movie actors, actresses, musicians are just acting really squirrely, and they're about to get rounded up and sent away. And when that happens, it's going to blow a lot of people's minds. But in our community, we're already prepared for it, and we're going to be the ones that are helping others assimilate in a world without them.
Like the last couple of years, I mean, something in the beginning of 2020 is going to happen. I didn't know what it was. I knew it was big. I kept telling my mother it's going to knock the world on its ass.
Yeah. I think everyone, many of us, since before 2012 have felt that we're on the verge of something magnanimous, it's about to happen. And there's been delays, obviously. I think because to help other people, you mentioned that you basically recently woke up and, had the event happened in 2012, perhaps maybe you wouldn't have been part of it, but it gave you the chance to jump on this train with the rest of us, right? And
Right.
and there's so many other people that are still just awakening, that are behind many other people. And that's why, for this whole Q thing, the Q movement, I love it because it's getting people to, if nothing else, question, is this real? Is this really happening? And what's going to eventually happen is they're going to start asking the real questions, why am I here? What is my life purpose? And they're going to find websites like In5D, and they're going to find chats like what we have right here. And they're all awakening right now. So it's a beautiful time to be alive.
Yeah, kind of like it comes in waves. Like you'll see a whole wave of consciousness and like a group of people, and then it'll die down for a second, then you see a whole other wave. They happen in waves.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. Well, thank you for joining. Feel free to jump in at any time. Yeah. Awesome.
Howdy, Gregg. I jump in now.
Yeah, of course. How you doing, Bob?
Hey, well, I would just start to think you about having this prime European time. Yeah. It's amazing. And I got a recognition when you talked about the cards you draw. Do you remember Graham Hancock? No, what is theme song?
No.
Abraham Hicks theme song.
No.
No. If you want it, you can get it. If you step out of the way. That was exactly what you said.
Yes. That was the where is it? I lost it. The spirit messages card that I had. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Self-sabotage. Get out of your own way, right?
Get out of the way. Nothing to see here.
Hey, it's great that you're on right now, because at least this time you didn't have to stay up until like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to catch one of these in Denmark.
Yeah, well, I'm up anyway, and well, right now.
Do you ever sleep?
Home, so.
Do you ever sleep? You're
Yeah.
always here. It's great, and I'm not complaining. But man, it amazes me how you're able to catch like all of our spirit chats in Denmark.
Well, you are big in your words there, because it's not all of them I catch.
Well, you catch a lot of them. You do.
Yeah. And it's not always that I want to join, participate. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you do.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
I do. And I would like to say that it's fucking weird times, you know. I do a lot of clearing in my physical body. It's not just psychological. So it's like we want to do anything, everything, whatever, and then I don't want anyway. It's like we want anything, everything, and that reminds me of the book I read of Magenta Pixie. You know, we are multiple entities. Like we are in every dimensions at once, right? But our mind is very limited to what we have been brought up to and been delivered. Uh, that's mostly duality. We have been delivered a lot of duality, and when you read into Magenta Pixies, not the last book, the book before the last one, she goes a lot into the three mind thought. It's like you are here, you are there, and you are everywhere. And when you can embody this this mindset, you really get out of the duality.
You know, you mentioned earlier, you do a lot of clearing. And I agree. Well, getting back to what you just finished up on, I do agree with everything you said. I love Magenta. Her work is fantastic. But you were talking about clearing. What do you do to clear yourself?
Well, very nice of you to ask. It actually makes me want to share a picture. Just to let everybody know that we have some elements that our physical awareness are built within. Let me see, where is it? And oh, it's here. Yeah. It's an old you probably know Santos Panacci. He has made a very amazing job in all topics. That's how it is to be a synchronicity. Okay. So here you can see, right, that we have these 5 elements. And they are also what we can call platonic solids. And we need something solid in this world to sense it and feel it. So what I have figured out is that if we go away from this one, that all these elements are actually now let's the 4 elements, fire, water, air, and earth, are all a tool, or what we can say, of the ether. Ether isn't everything, right? As is water and stuff. So if you look back on the picture I had, ether is actually the 5th element, which is being and space, and that's what you are making here, right? A lot of space, a lot of womb to be in, and that is actually what we have not allowed in our body. A lot of room. We fill it up with anything we can find.
Get back to the clearing. What do you do to
the
clear?
clearing. The fifth element, it's also love. It's touch. I touch myself a lot. Really, as I said the last time I was on, sense your body. Really, you can the highest energy you have felt between two humans when you are making love, you can actually feel that and integrate that within yourself. And that really makes your energy boost. Like it's kind of hard to hold.
Let's keep it G-rated though.
Well, we have for a long time been not good to our body, and it had taken a lot of stuff on, and the easiest way I find to really help the body, not just feed it fruit and a lot of good stuff. It needs help to get rid of this mucus. It's like tar. It is so dense. It is so hard for the body to relieve. So, well, I had a changing point with only food and spirulina. I have eaten spirulina for like more than a year, almost 2 years, and that really helped to like reach a top, like reach a point where you actually want to do things. It's actually the density in our body that makes us dull. And funny enough, there's a lot of dolls in movies where you see somebody is controlling the strings, right? It's very real.
You know, getting back to that picture, I'm going to put that up because I took a screen share of it.
Yeah.
I took a screenshot of it. According to the Maya, we're entering the fifth world, and each one of the worlds before us were, you know, earth, water, air, fire, and they believe that the fifth world is the aether, and that's what that's where we're heading.
You see out in the right, the kingdoms.
Yes. Yeah. Angelic. Yeah. Angel. Yeah.
And that goes along with the touch, and I say touch is not just physical touch; it's also sensing.
Yeah, a spiritual touch. Yes.
Sense, and when you sense, you become one with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really, really good for clearing.
Yeah. I get it.
Can I give an update on the Gans?
Sure.
I think it's very
Thank
related.
you, Bo. I appreciate that too.
It's very related to the conversation as a whole. I'm going to show you guys. I just got my unit back up and running, and I have already created a whole bunch in here just in the last, well, I got it up and running yesterday evening about midnight. I guess that was last night. Anyway, this stuff here, man, it puts you into a connection and gives you an energy with what we were just talking about. I have had, believe me, after having been I'm a 70s child. I've done my fair share of hallucinogenics and everything like that.
No.
Oh, yeah, man. But anyway, I've never had anything that was so spiritually clean and put me right there in just handling it, in the creation of it, and the energy flow is keeping me at such a comfortable and high energy field and vibration that the human resonance that's coming in is becoming, I can't even say easier to I recognize it, but it's like just flowing through me like a bird sitting on an electrical wire. Does that make sense? What, you know, how a bird can sit on an electrical wire and the energy just goes right through him, right? That's what it feels like. But I also feel like I'm picking up more of the message physically. I'm also feeling very distinct changes in my body. Things that used to hurt and have hurt for 30 years. The pain is almost, well, I've been dealing with that pain for 30 years, so I'm obviously tolerant to it. It's almost non-existent because my tolerance is so high. I have found, oop, wait a minute, I better still be careful because I don't want to re-injure while I'm healing, you know. I go to pick something up just a few weeks ago and my body would say no, now I can pick it up, and I have to remind myself, okay, I can do this now, but I don't want to overdo. I'm building, you know, I'm keeping a conscious awareness of the fact that I'm healing. Wow, I feel every organ inside that's had issues making changes. Some of them are a little hurtful. Yeah, I mean, I've got blockages in my kidneys. I'm passing kidney stones that have been sitting for years. They're now starting to pass. That's a good thing, you know, because I didn't go in and have the surgery. My body just, I've just slowly been trying to wear it down with the H2O2 and get the blockage out. That has been working, and maybe that's what helped this. I haven't been doing that, the H2O2, since I started this, because I want to see the outcome.
Can you show another picture of that close up?
Look at the top of it. It is like a gelatin thick. And this, I managed to get this up so good and fast last night, and the process finally got it down. It's thick almost all the way down. Let me move this so you can maybe see a side view with the light from the outside behind it. Can you
But
see?
what is it? You didn't mention what it is.
It's Gans Water, the plasma water. Greg, do you have everybody's contact that's on? If anyone that's interested, give them my
I
Facebook.
can't.
You can't?
Yeah. Oh, wait. I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, give them my Facebook, and anyone that wants information about how to make it and how to learn about it, just contact me on Facebook, okay? And I'll send you the links to read and make it where you can do it yourself. And if you have questions, you can contact me. I hold groups to help people, talk people through the building of them and everything like that. I'm moving to the next stage, which the next stage is how to feed ourselves off of the GANs and wean ourselves off of solid foods.
Well,
And
I have a question. Would you say that this water would represent H3O2?
I don't know. I'm going to have to say I would have you study it, and then let's discuss that, because I'm not sure. And I really could use a sounding board, great minds with mine. And I consider every one of you great minds. You're not at this level because you're eat up with the dumbass and not awake, you know? And it's something that an awakened person needs to at least look into, because we're fixing to go through some really hungry times, and this Gans water will keep us alive. And it's something that we need to learn to, if we're going to be light workers and call ourselves light warriors, we need to work on solutions for everyone, not just ourselves. And I ask that you guys take a look at it and really take a deep look into it. Take at least a day. We're sitting here doing nothing. Take a day to read the links that I'll send to you, and you guys make a decision if you want to help yourselves and others. Maybe get a bit higher, and not this kind of sense, but but a bit higher, and a bit more in tune with the resonance that's coming in. Gregg, I know, is trying to complete his DNA. We all are. And we're only going to be able to do it together, believe it or not, as a unit of lifting each other up. Okay, I'm off my pedestal, everybody. You guys give me a contact on Facebook, Diana L. Sarver, and I'll send you the links to study. And I'll walk you through it if you need the help, okay?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Greg, your microphone.
I posted the link here on Zoom as well as in the YouTube chat room. So I checked out that link too, that the video that you sent of Dr. Kesh. And he was explaining and showing everybody how to make that water. And I checked it out. He just had like a little of that stuff on the bottom. And he said the rest of the water is what you drink. You don't want to drink that stuff on the bottom.
That, yeah, you don't drink that stuff on the bottom. What you end up drinking, hang on, where's my water? Hang on, I got it sitting in the sun. Let me grab it.
By the way,
Okay,
this
that little
has
cup,
been
that
around.
little cup creates just enough Gans to do a bottle about this size, okay? And it's why it's called One Cup, One Life. One person can survive off of this. This white Gans, handled correctly, will last 1,000 years. And just by sitting it in the sun, it's basically a sun in the bottle. Now the water, I pour it off. I just sent my drinking water with my kids. I pour it off from here to here. Then refill the jug with tap water and let it sit while I use this to drink. The Gans never gets drank. To begin with, you have to wash it. I mean, you really have to wash it because it is a saltwater-based solution. But once you get it to this is after 6. This is the 6th wash. This is soaking and infusing with the Gans. I pour it off and it's drinkable. Okay? And however, I do not suggest you drink an 8-ounce glass the first time you make it. Talking about zinging. The energy level, making it is getting accustomed to the energy level while you're making it was a little difficult because I was unexpecting it. You know, the education didn't say, hey, guess what? You're gonna zing like you hadn't zinged in a long time, Diana. You know? But it's not the same as anything that we've ever done as a drug addict. In fact, it is filled with intent that you put into it, and you can get off of the drugs real quick. I'm trying to quit smoking. and it responds to positive or negative emotions. It is, I'm gonna let you guys study it, and then we'll talk about it deeper, okay? It is that deep that I would really like you guys to catch up with me so we can have a intelligent conversation and learn more.
Well, it's great that you're showing that it can help with addictions. Ideally, I would think though that you'd want to put that perhaps in a mason jar or something glass.
Yeah, but I don't have the finances to put it in glass right now.
Right.
So plastic will work until I can afford a glass. That's a 2-liter container. So yeah, and I do store it in glass, but you don't want any. It'll work until I get to the. I gotta have the finances. That's the reason why he shows you how to make it in a small glass.
You don't need it. Yeah, you don't need a huge glass because it recycles itself.
And you have to keep adding to it and stuff like that. But it's easier to scrounge up the zinc and stuff like that for a glass.
Yeah, where do you find zinc?
Copper zinc batteries, or since we're in America, yeah, you can buy zinc rolls, or you can buy zinc sheets. But you're also going to make a second cup. Yeah, this is just the first cup. I'm just now getting my supplies all together. You can buy zinc in strips like this. This is copper, though. It was a roll. The next, and you're going to need copper like this too. Or Karen bought this zinc for me. It came in a 12 by 18 sheet, and I cut it into strips. Now I usually use 3-inch strips, so that's still 2. But if I get a big glass one, a big glass jar to make it with, these 6-inch strips would be more usable. I got 32 6-inch strips, so 64 3-inch strips out of it. And it's 99.99% zinc, and you get it from a roofing place or a sheet metal place. It's used on our roofs to keep moss from growing. It's in the joints. It's used in those joints to keep moss and mold out of the houses. Copper stripping like that is too. Basically, the easiest place to get it is there. But if you can't afford that, and you have a bunch of dead copper zinc batteries, you can take those apart and use the zinc plate that's in them. You can get copper zinc 9-volt batteries. You tear them apart and you take the zinc plates out of them. That's what I'm talking about, scavenge. Where do you get the copper wire that you use? Go to a construction site and pick up all the loose copper that's laying around that hadn't been cleaned up yet. Or, in a pinch, cut a cord off of something that you hadn't used in your house for a year or more, and use that copper. It's being taught that way because people may not have the funds to get the things that are needed, and it's also being taught to other countries, that are far lower level than us in finances. So
yeah, I'd be kind of concerned about going into a battery and getting, isn't there a lot of acid and shit like that in there?
It washes off with soap and water and vinegar afterwards, and it's perfectly clean. There's no residue. You just got to make sure there's no copper left. It's easy to get clean, believe it or not. I used it and it works. I'm still alive.
I think I would just buy the materials instead of taking a chance myself.
Well, I didn't have the money to buy the materials. Plus, why would I look at you and tell you to go use a zinc copper battery and not have tried it myself? That'd be pretty sorry, wouldn't
Oh,
it?
I agree, but I just don't want to mess with battery acid.
No, you would. It comes off, and it's very. You can tell that it's very clean, and you don't have anything to worry about. That, and I took chemistry too. It's doable.
Well, what I showed you here on my bad picture here is a old zinc mug.
Oh my goodness! Look at that zinc mug.
Yeah, and you know, our ancestors, you know, they really knew something about what they did. I also eat with silver spoons, silver gobbles, forks, because it gives you the monatomic silver.
Right.
Just touching it, and it is so smooth in the mouth. It's amazing, you know. And then you can get old zinc cups, and then you will drink from it, and you will get zinc. The same with copper.
Yes.
But I'm not sure that. Well, what can we say, that it is very beneficial? I don't have any proof.
They're saying, even the medical field is saying that zinc and copper is fighting against the virus. They just don't know how to get it directly to the blood system and the cell the way it needs to be. Well, that's, I'm sorry, that's misinformation. We do know how to get it there, and they've been trying to get the information to the public for quite a few years, like over 10 years. And sometimes, man-made or not, this is what we got to deal with. And guess what? We now have the right to try. I just don't believe in coinky dinks, guys. That right to try came up at the right time. And I had been hitting the media, and I had been hitting President Trump's Twitter hard with this information. I've been hitting President Trump's Twitter hard on this stuff. I know he knows it, And so it's on y'all to make your own decisions. I do back it. I have seen positive results. It's making my plants grow. It has. I showed you the oranges revitalizing. You can make little vials of it, little bottles of it, like this. I used this because it was a good culture. Just a little bottle like this, full of the white stuff that you saw floating around. Set in my plants, made my plants start growing like crazy. They lean towards it like a sun.
What is that white stuff?
Because it is a sun. It's plasma. This is just a storage jar. Just the white stuff that was in my. This one was given to me by Desiree. Yeah. This is just empty right now. It's just what I
in the
had.
Gans Water. What is that white stuff?
That is the Gans. It is gas in a solid state. The gas from the zinc and the copper in a solid state, which is a plasma. Any plasma gives off light. It's just giving off a light that you and I cannot visibly perceive. But the energy of that light, we can physically perceive. And our body, this one really touches the soul and the spiritual level and raises that. With the copper Gans added to it, face to face, running as one unit, a dual sun, running as one unit. The copper one addresses the body. Together, they will address the healing of both the body and the soul. This is the first stage. You have to learn to make it first so that you can get to the second stage, because believe me, it took me like making 3 units of the small units before I came up with the full understanding of how to get this damn thing hooked up where it won't keep running away, because the Gans will climb out of the damn bowl. Seems to be a living entity, and I won't say any more than it seems to be a living entity and a soul. Okay, you guys check it out and see what you feel and how you seem to feel about it, with it, and how I'm gonna tell you, the shit talks to you. Gregg, he was on here. He's one of Spirit Boy's friends that I met him through. He and I were discussing it, and he had a metal cup sitting there, and he had his battery leaned up against it just so that it wouldn't be down, because you have to keep all the wires above and everything like that. And he went for a walk and contacted me and sent me a picture. I said, everything looks good, but you got to get that metal cup out of the field. It's disrupting the field. And he said, okay, well, I've already left, but I'll move it when I get home. He contacted me when he got home. He said the damn cup was moved. He and I both wanted that cup moved, and the cup was moved. We can explain it no further than giving a report as to what happened. Okay? We both wanted that cup moved, and it was moved. It was removed from the field. So it is full of it. Mr. Kesh described it as a sun, and from that sun, me having this sun and me connecting Desiree's sun to my sun, eventually I should learn how to transport from this sun to that sun, and I already have the coordinates because my sun and her sun is already connected through the ether. So that's where I'm at. And it's kind of cool, but it's kind of lonely if I'm sitting here coming to my own conclusions and I don't have somebody else to of like-mindedness. Excuse me?
Yeah, back it up with something like.
Sorry, guys. That was Glenn. See, I have to speak of the devil. He's wanting me to help him. Oh, shit. He's wanting me to help him harvest his Gans and get himself set up to drink water. He's at the stage of making his drinking water. I'm gonna back out here and see y'all later. Y'all got homework to do, okay? See you later. Love you. Bye.
So, just to elaborate on why I asked on the water.
Oh.
It seems I have found like some kind of proof that that water has this other what do we call it, stage possibilities. It can be H3O2 instead of H2O. Yeah, normal, that we know. And an old fact that actually have been very disturbing for the scientists, is like, how does a tree get water above like 10 meters? There's something about water and dragging it up. And it actually now shows that it is because it is in another state. It is not H2O. It is H3O2. And I think it might be Lipton or something, but this, they call it a loving state. It's like everything that loves water makes this yeah, it's kind of murky. It looks like blood, actually, and funny enough, our blood resembles also our oceans and stuff. But still, it with a little twist, it gets an whole other component. So when, for instance, you take chia seeds, they have this loving capability, yeah, that it makes this soup around it, and it is. As far as I know, this is actually the fourth state of water called H3O2.
You know, I've got an ozone machine. Ozone is O3. And I'm not sure how this works, but if I add ozone, which is O3, into H2O, does that make it H2O3 or H2O4?
Well, compared that the O is already there, it must be O4.
That's what I would think.
Yeah. Well.
So, yeah. So that's one of the things I do on, you know, my when I try to activate all the codons in my DNA. I just made something I want to show you guys real quick if you haven't seen it yet. This is on the In5D YouTube. One of the things I do on, you know, my clip when I try to activate all the codons in my DNA. I just made something I want to show you guys real quick if you haven't seen it yet.
Breathe in.
This is on
Relax
the
your entire body.
YouTube. One of the things I do on, you know, my clip when I try to activate all the codons in my DNA. I just made something I want to show you guys real quick if you haven't seen it yet.
Breathe in.
This is on
Relax
the
your body.
YouTube. One of the things I do on, you know, my clip when I try to activate all the codons. Well, oh gosh, I can't hear it myself because, you know,
Okay.
yeah. So, on my end, I can't hear the actual video, but hopefully it wasn't just what it does. It does have an echo in there, an echo intentionally put in there to reaffirm the affirmations. So it's actually, I've got 3 layers of audio. One is an echo, which reaffirms it. The other one is just spoken softly in the background. And the third layer is whispered the same things. So and then you have the ambient music on top of that. And I have it going for over an hour. It's an hour and 26 minutes long. So it's something new that I uploaded to the In5D YouTube channel, trying to activate all the codons in my DNA.
I actually got the two right now, and I would like to make a strain back to what I said earlier about Magenta Pixie and these 3 states of mind, that you're here, you're there, and you're nowhere. It's actually what you are doing to your brain.
I guess. Yeah. It's pretty cool though.
So I interrupted somebody. Who was that?
That was me, Vera. I listened to the meditation last night. It's
good.
It's the first meditation, guided meditation, that didn't spook me when the voice came on. And it felt like quite a journey. And pretty quickly, I felt I got an image of a young woman, I think about age 25, that came closer, and my body jolted. And after that, for the first time in my life, I feel I'm whole.
That's awesome. I love hearing stuff like that.
I also got a feeling of drifting. I can remember as a child when things got too much for me, I was able to lift myself up, look over our home. I got that feeling back. And at that moment, my dog was laying next to me on the bed. He jumped up, sat down on my hand to keep me down. So I guess there's something happened, and it felt so good. And I feel my body is finally, it has to adjust to being whole now.
Well, I would like you to give you a chance to elaborate, because now you see, or you can testament that we have this connection between the body, the mind, the spirit, and the senses, the emotions. And when they collaborate together, it's amazing, right?
Absolutely. And that's the first time it felt coming together for me. And I lost myself at a young age. And when people told me, just be you, you're good enough. Yeah, well, who am I? Well, I never, it felt like the real me was standing next to me. And now we're together again. So that's huge.
That's very huge.
You know, on the video, I had to put on there a disclaimer because I'm not a hypnotherapist. So for safety reasons, the DNA RNA activation is not meant for anyone but myself. You know, I didn't want people to say, you know, well, this happened to me and you're not a hypnotherapist. You know, I had to cover my own ass, but I'm glad that people are still listening to it and getting.
Well, when it started, I asked my spirit guides when it would get dangerous to me, get me out.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure it doesn't bring me somewhere where it's not good for me.
Right. There's
and
nothing
that's something
in there.
I had to learn. I had to learn that because I was scared to meditate my whole life.
Actually, it is also mentioned in the Bible. You know, there was always be a back door.
Yeah, the whole thing is just, you know, you're peaceful, relaxed, calm inside. Time seems to have slowed down. You relax deeper and deeper, deeply breathe. Anything is possible in this moment of the now. All the codons in your DNA and RNA are now open. As you relax, you realize you can do anything. Just stuff along that line. It's just, you can levitate, you can make yourself invisible, you can teleport. Every known ability is now available to you. It's just affirmations upon affirmations, layered upon layered in there. So it's really exciting to me. It's like, it's my Picasso, I call it. You know, I'm that proud of it. And I've listened to it a bunch of times already. I fell asleep listening to it last night.
Well, I didn't fall asleep, but there was, I think about halfway through, I looked at the alarm, and that was about at my alarm clock, and that was about 20 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
And the next minute, I was 40 minutes later.
Wow.
Boom.
Yeah.
And then
awesome.
it stopped.
Yeah. Good.
It felt so good.
Thank you for that input. I appreciate that, Vera.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of meditation weren't for me in the right, I don't know how to explain it, but in the right frequency. And this clicked. It didn't give me time to let my thoughts go anywhere.
So I see we have Aya is here and her hand is up, and we're probably going to be wrapping it up after that because I have an appointment I have to go to. But Aya, how are you? I saw your hand was raised.
Yeah, thank you. Well, if you are in a hurry, then maybe I'll try to be quick. First, from back to front, I also have heard that meditation music, or whatever you call it. For me, that was in the morning. It did click with me. I loved it straight away. It did pick me high immediately, even though I was just fresh as a carrot because I just wake up. And when I opened the laptop and look at the things and I saw it and I listened to it, and then it was such a lovely job you have done. It does correspondent with me, a correspondent with me. So I definitely am going to listen to it. I'll try it in the evening as a meditation. I'll try to keep it on desktop so I can listen as often as I can. And the other thing about the water, the plasma water, I just wanted to share that I've I have found Keshe, Mr. Keshe. He's Iranian scientist, probably in 2013, and I have followed him for a year, and then I kind of got confused because if he's so great like that up to now, he should be really famous, and his products are a bit expensive. I was interested in his electricity collider that producing your sustainable energy to power the house and things like that. So I have a mixed feeling about this guy. And secondly, I wanted to tell Diane to be very careful because we have been warned about these times that the evil will get covered up with the skin of sheep, right? So we really have to be very careful whom we are trusting, because there will be now many people to pretend they're saviors, especially when it comes to the health. I think the most safe is this, which nobody can harm you when you are keeping your high vibration. To me, this is the safe one. And no matter what you eat or drink, if you are living in fear, or if you are scared, or this is placebo effect what she's doing to me, because yeah, she's very happy, very excited, but I'm doubt about it. This is my opinion. Thank you.
Okay, well, it's not just her. Desiree's doing it as well, so we're gonna see what's going on with them and the results through them and everyone else that's going through it. So we have like front row seats for this experiment. I think it's pretty cool to watch, if nothing else. I'm doing my own thing with the codon, my codons and stuff like that. So yeah, I encourage people to experiment on themselves.
Me too. I keep in my water a ball of magnet and a piece of silver, but that is only ionizing the water. And I also have been translating about the silver water of Dr. Bob Heck was, I think, his name.
Colloidal silver?
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is a really a very serious deal, because this water can harm you. And you drink it in kind of like a prescription for 7 days. You should not eat garlic and things, and any medicine, any alcohol, nothing, anything like that, because nor coffee, because when you taking the colloidal silver water, it does increase 30 times the effect of this medicine you are taking, or alcohol or whatever it is, mint products as well. So Yeah, I don't know. I prefer, I feel more safe if we learn to deal with our own frequency and not depend on food and drink that much and air. And because I believe everything is polluted already, they have been spraying us for how many years now? There's nothing clean left, nor the soil, not the air, not the water, for God's sake. I think we have to seek for the this how to say inside us, not from outside.
Exactly. They cannot take us out. So
Okay. Yeah, I agree. You know, there's a lot that, and we've been pushing this message for a while to go within, you know, and stop listening to the mainstream media. Go within for the answers. You know, today's high pitch frequency was the key of C. It's telling us to get out and ground, which I'm going to be doing here shortly, very, very shortly. I just want to remind people, you know, there's something huge that's going on. This was back-to-back days that we got the magician card, as above, so below. Things are happening in the aethers. We were talking about the aethers. Things are happening up there right now. That's magnanimous. And for this card, which had a 1 in 72 chance the first time coming out, exponentially magnified, getting it back to back, there's a lot going on in the aethers and down here.
and that also says that we have everything that we need. The magician has everything that we need.
Yes, he has all the tools laying right in front of him.
Yep.
On the table. Don't self-sabotage
Karel, kan je
yourself today.
vanaf detox?
Don't self-sabotage yourself today. Be cognizant of where you're putting your thoughts and energy. Okay. And
get out of the way.
Yes, get out of your own way. Right. And there's a golden opportunity happening right now. And it could well be all tied into what's happening with, you know, what's going on above and below. So we're going to leave it off at that. I want to encourage people to stop over at in5d.net to get killer shirts like this. This is one of the new shirts that I just put out today. Also have the new rainbow shirts there. Also check us out on Patreon. If you like this format, you can check us out there and help support this channel on patreon.com/in5d. Outside of that, maybe we'll be back on tonight. I don't know, but or maybe tomorrow morning, who knows? You know, I don't like being constrained into that time box of time. So we'll be on soon. That's
We
for
never
sure.
know what happens.
Yes. So until the next time, I'm sending you all infinite love and light. Thank you for joining us both here on Zoom and on YouTube. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification so you get reminded of videos like this, and hit the thumbs up if you enjoy these kind of videos. So until the next time, this is Greg from In5D sending you all infinite love and light. Namaste. Love you all.
Love you.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.